And of course, still on the news at this time, let's also tell you that the Dangote Refinery is seeking crude oil imports from Libya and Angola due to supply challenges in Nigeria. Now, the Vice President of Dangote Industry Limited disclosed this in an interview with journalists. The 650,000 barrels per day refinery is also considering other African countries for crude imports to boost production. Edwin mentioned discussions with Libya and Angola, amongst others. Previously, the refinery sourced crude from the United States and Brazil. This comes after Farouk Ahmed, a CEO of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, claimed the refinery's products are inferior. Aliko Dangote, chairman of Dangote Group, has refuted Ahmed's claims, calling for an independent test. To discuss this, we are joined live by Abubakar Umar, a financial analyst. Thank you for your time, Abubakar.
Thank you, Dapper, for having me. Good evening.
All right, now let's talk about logistical challenges of importing crude from distant locations like Libya and Angola. How will these imports impact on Nigeria's economy, particularly the cost?
Yeah, good afternoon. And then when you look at the issue of importing those and refinery for those crude oil from Libya, Angola, and other countries, you realize that you'll incur logistical costs, the transportation cost of bringing those crudes. And then the only difference of importing those in the African countries compared to the other ones in the USA to which the refinery was importing is maybe you will incur lower transportation costs compared to when he's importing from Brazil and the United States. And then maybe we will have issues of infrastructural limitation considering African transportation routes regarding those refineries. But on the overall on the production cost of the refinery, I will say the production cost will actually be significantly lower as compared to when he imported from the US or the Brazil, as the case may be for this kind of thing. But then it's actually a good thing for the refinery to source its product within the continent, in the earliest possible time, because as time goes on, he will be able to get the crude oil from his home country as time may be. Yeah.
All right. Now, following quality disputes with the NNPCL, how will securing crude from new sources impact the quality of output from the Dangote Refinery? Are there, any specific considerations for Libyan and Angolan crude in this particular regard?
When you look at the Libyan and Angolan crude, I think, Angola is not part of the OPEC now. So the Libyan crude and Angola, both of them are sweet crude. And then the Angolan crude is heavy, while the Libyan crude is light, which is also good, for refining petrochemical product. So both the crude will go. And then there is also a mixed blending of the two of what the refinery need to do. And I think the most important thing for him is to be able to secure the crude, to have a security of supply so that he can be able to get them from time to time, so that he can be able to have a very security of output. Because as now, you are looking at importing from different kind of places, which shows you do not have, a security of supply. So, and without security of supply, it will become a very challenging and for the refinery to give out the output which and the expectation of the people and the entire economy lies on. So, number first is having to make sure that you have security of supply. Whenever you have a direct contract that will be providing you with the necessary crude, I believe that's the first step to be. There will be a mixed blend whereby the refinery can be able to give out what is required without having, to go for other sources of crude. So I think quality will be secondary. The primary thing is for them to have a reasonable and secure supply from a direct source. If Libya and Angola can be able to be supplying the refinery for a long period of time, then I think that's a good thing. The refinery can adjust to whatever type of crude that is available in those countries.
The NNPCL's allegations or alleged refusal to buy refined products from Dangote suggests potential competition or market dominant concerns. How might these dynamics affect the overall success of the new refinery and Nigeria's energy goals?
Yeah, those are alleged, and then when you look at the recent happening, it shows that they are trying to make sure there is issue of supply, and then there is issue of monopoly. whereby nobody relies on the entire refinery as a single thing to provide. This is actually a valid concern when you look at the issue of energy security. But then, if you take the data to look at before the refinery, what is happening, you see that we are still having challenges of the energy security. Queues are still available despite the fact that PIA was passed. There are still some sections of the PIA, like the Section 65 and other sections, which are not implemented. So the issue of alleged of them not buying, I think is just early, economics issue, or maybe rather a political one that is happening, which I believe it's going to be resolved in the earliest time. But I think the Dangote has capacity to store crude and then the refined product for a long period of time. So I think the country can decide to also work with him and also decide to have their line of importation open in case if there is any contingencies that stop him from supplying the in-house. So I believe it's still a political issue that can be resolved in the short period of time.
Now, beyond the immediate supply issues, what long-term strategies can Dangote Refinery and NNPCL implement to ensure a more stable and collaborative domestic refining ecosystem in the country?
Yeah, one of the I think strategy is that Dangote need to secure the supply of crude from inside the country. It's understandable for him not to get supply from those IOCs because when you come into the market, there is an existing supply chain, there is existing forward sale agreement, there are so many of that is going on, and it takes time for those kind of contracts to be vitiated. And without stopping all those contracts and then to initiate new one with the Dangote Refinery, it will take time. But by the time and the company has been able to secure a direct line of sight from NNPC and other IOCs inside the country, I believe, and if they come to an agreement, this should be the most important strategy that they will do to be able to get the crude in-house so that they can supply the domestic market and also export the excess, if any. So these are some of the things, and it's all coming together as a country, I think, which I believe that the president need to intervene so as to be able to make sure that the $20 billion investment is actually active and it is supplying the Nigerian people.
All right, thank you so much for your time on the news.
Yeah, thank you so much.